So here's the thing about VR that people aren't telling you, and that, or I haven't seen mentioned as much as it should be. The thing about VR is the 3D effect. I know people say that, but when you watch a video of someone doing VR, and I'm only talking to the people who don't have VR and have never tried it, but the thing is, what you're watching is, again, a very two-dimensional flat screen representation. All you're seeing is the ability to do this, to look left, look right around the cockpit, and look at the cool stuff in the car, which is pretty dang cool. But what you see when you drive with VR, when your headset is on, is I have a sense of the hood bulges in 3D. Okay, I can look forward, and as I approach corners and drive, I sense things like the height of the curb getting taller, and I think those little bit of cues and things like that really add up to sharpen your ability to get to the turn-in points the way you want and everything. So I just recentered in case you're wondering what the heck just happened. So yeah, I think what makes VR good for some people is, and maybe especially for people like me, I used to race lay-down go-karts. So the very first time I took the iRacing Formula Renault 2.0 or Formula Renault 2 out, I was amazed, like almost emotional, not like crying emotional, but just like, oh my god, this is so what I've been looking for. Because as I drove, I was so low to the ground, and the cockpit sides were high and it was blocking my view. As I went for corners, the curves were racing up towards me, and getting taller and taller, like I said. So much more cues. So I just kind of wanted to discuss that. For those that are thinking about jumping on the VR, it's not just having the headset on and being able to look left and right and up and down. What makes it amazing as for driving, even though, like everyone says, it looks like you're looking through a screen door, and it absolutely does. The thing is when you're driving, you almost feel like you're feeling the elevation changes. So like when you turn into a corner, you can see and sense as the car takes a set if there's camber in the corner, and it almost forces your foot to put the pedal down right when you should. You also have a sensation now of when the turning point is very flat and the car is kind of floating on top. Things like that. Those things are the cues that have been missing from a triple screen or a single screen for me. And, you know, this is all anecdotal, but I went a lot faster here at Mossport in this car. So the very first few days, I was running my triples, and then I got the VR and I got it set up. And of course, my first few laps, I crashed and all kinds of craziness, and all of a sudden it started to click. And then that night, even though I'd put in multiple days running the same lap times, improving a little bit at a time, after a night and the second night with VR, I went 2 seconds faster at Mossport. And I know that it could have been a whole lot of things, but I think a lot of it was just those added cues and stuff. So I just kind of wanted you guys, for those that are on the fence about VR, to know what it has done for me. And I guess for me, I mean a guy who used to race go-karts and then transitioned to sim racing. And I still love sim racing, but I've always struggled and I've always felt behind the car. Now I'm feeling more connected and trying to drive in real time, as opposed to constantly just trying to make up for what I just saw the car do, if that makes sense. And I know other people discuss that happening to them when they some people who've raced real and then go to sim and they're just not all that super fast. They talk about this car control thing and how they always feel a little bit behind, and I guess maybe that's where I'm at too. So anyways, just thought I'd have the discussion with you guys.